What do we need to know about grid resilience?
So grid resilience is going to become really important as we move into a decarbonised energy system. So consumers, communities are going to be relying a lot more on electricity to provide their transport needs, to provide their heating needs and kind of overall energy needs. So resilience becomes really, really important to ensure that they can rely on that electricity to be there when they need it. They've not got any other sources.
And so, in terms of actually delivering that resilience, I mean, how does that happen? How should we think about it?
I mean, resilience, we need to think about it as a systems problem, and there's a lot of different stakeholders engaged in that resilience problem as well. So electricity networks at the heart of that, ensuring that they are making the right types of investment. So for example, investment in digitalisation, investment in advanced asset management strategies, investment in supporting place-based community resilience, and thinking about it from that systems perspective. But also there's a lot of different stakeholders involved in this. So communities, they're the ones that, where there are issues with resilience, they're the ones that are going to be affected most by that. And then there's other utilities as well. So water, hydrogen in future, transport, the rail, there's a whole range of other infrastructure that interact with electricity networks that need to be considered in that kind of wider system resilience.
And so in terms of that kind of question around communities, how is the approach to delivering power to communities changing?
So I think there's a lot of opportunity here for communities. So communities thinking about that place-based resilience, communities building or having kind of shared investment, shared ownership in wind farms and solar farms and community energy storage, and taking the opportunity, taking advantage of that to lower their energy costs and also building that resilience. So when there are kind of resilience stressing events for the networks, there's a local solution that works for that community, that supports that community during those events to provide both that kind of really prioritised power for, say, local care homes, for example, vulnerable customers, but provides that wider community with heat, with some power for communications, with warm food to get them through those particular events. So yeah, I think looking at resilience from that community perspective, there's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but there are a set of solutions that can be rolled out to different communities that work for them. And some of the electricity networks have been looking at that, setting up community resilience funds, so that's SSEN networks. GB Energy are also looking at development funding for community energy schemes. There's a lot more that needs to be done in that space, thinking about when you move to that construction phase, but there is starting to be some exciting developments in that space for future community resilience.